Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we are going to be talking about the new event and also a amazing build for pretty much Silver Fang and characters that use shields, and I'll explain that right after this. This is just a small event for today, and it's just something that came up on the Reddit, and they're saying that we have an event where they're trying to test the might of everybody, pretty much with their builds and such. What is the highest variation monster you could defeat with a low power level character, or with the greatest difference? So the difference is obviously if you have like a character who is, let's say Sky King over here with a 470 power level. I mean, 47,000 power level, and you're using a Puri prisoner with 17k power level. You just literally slash it and negative based off the high level of power that it has. So that's pretty much what the variance difference is. So it looks like someone's been able to do it in the 57,000, but they are giving away some like cash prizes and stuff like that. So it is something to look out for if you're willing to try it or not. The event is still live as of this moment. So I'll see you guys then. Let's go ahead and dip into the video. All right. Now let's go ahead and dip into the build. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe if this video helped you out in any way, shape, or form. This is just a different type of build specifically, and this specific build, you're actually allowed to use the SR instead of the SSR. So, like I've brought up before, yes, there are some characters who have subclasses. Obviously, that would be SSR characters. SSR characters come with their own little subclass, whether that be attack, immunity, an SR card. Now, we're not going to be using this based off the SSR card because, yes, it is an amazing heal card, but to get the highest damage, we are going to be able to only do that with an SSR card, obviously, because it's a damage skill card. Also, this card specifically allows you to pretty much use shields, and shields are very, very broken as of this moment because they also bring up another type of uh, card that we've actually barely been able to use due to the fact that these cards are like, not very popular. Tiger's Might. I don't know if anyone knows this. This build does work around specifically what's that card called? Um, it works around not having to use Resolute Rage, which we don't need to. It's just one of those builds where you could just work off of Tiger's Might instead and get more benefits than anything. So let's talk about why we're doing this build and why it's pretty much the highest DPS build for this character and for characters like him, like Puri Prisoner, for example. And that literally has to do with their SSR card. I mean their SR card, which is the shield is equal to 8% of your attack and no more than 10% of your HP, which means that you're pretty much confirmed to be able to tank a hit at least a few times every single time he gets a depletion. Which, if you do have a character who's running AI and stuff like that, and you're not really running this character as your main, that's kind of like the best case scenario you could really run on him. So let's go ahead and talk about the build and why I chose what. Obviously, we're gonna run River Trail. So River Trail obviously is going to give us that extra 12% damage boost plus that recharge boost, which we are going to need. Next, obviously, we're going to go for. I'm just going to pull out a calculator for you guys just to help you guys understand where we are whenever it comes down to damage percentage, not including the damage percentage that you automatically get. So, as you can see, we have nothing right now. No percentages up. We're just chilling. Now, when we pull out a calculator and we get this down, so we got 85 right there. That's 85%, plus the resolute attack, which gives us another 40%. All right, plus that extra bit of from River Trail, which is an extra 12%. That's another 12% right there. And then we got Tiger's Might, which is another 16%. So we're going to do plus 16. Then we're going to go ahead and dip into, I think, yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's as far as we're going to be able to go, which does give us a very hefty 153%, 153% a damage increase. not including the actual card's damage increase as well, which we could extend, because this is a more free-to-play friendly style, due to the fact that you can get this card and activate it. I'm just going to pull up the same card that we actually have for Puri Prisoner, of course. So let's say we enhance this to the max. This is the same card. All all morale attack units, or so to speak, technical attack units, are going to get an increased by 80%. So we could add that 80% onto this build actually. So 80%, that's just theoretical, of course, which is an extra 233%. So we're doing 233% attack bonus, and that's just with the SR card in general. So think about that, and then after that, you can pretty much consider the attack. So we're looking at building HP as well. So this is where the build can really go nuts, and that really has to do with the fact that once you already have like a very very ridiculous amount of attack, let's say like 10k attack, that's where that shield pretty much triggers from. So 10k attack, right? And that's about 8% of the equal to a 8% percentage of the attack. So that is 8% attack plus the percentages, obviously. The shield generated. So I think that this does go based off the buff as well, so you could add that extra 80. But that's very, very high attack, obviously. We're looking at like 10 to 12k per M1, and that's just the raw attack alone. And then no more than 10% of max HP. Now, 10% of a character's max HP could vary, but you could also make it very, very easy to get that number to a ridiculous level using, obviously, tenacity. Tenacity can go up to 50, give you that extra bonus, but an extra 50%, it goes a long way. So let's say based off of, let's say my highest HP character, I believe, is Iron. Yeah, so this plus another 50% equals 20k HP. So 10% of 20k HP, that's another K. And that's the way it's gonna go. You're gonna have like a decent chunk of shield that you're gonna be able to rip off and use, as well as be able to benefit from Tiger's Might. That's just this is just the go-to build for a lot of people running the SR cards specifically. Obviously, I'm going to be running Exquisite Defense, nothing too serious. And then we're going to focus on attack, we're going to focus on HP, and probably technique attack or attack. Depends, may vary. Because you could just end up getting very unlucky, and substats, let's be honest, they're not very exact. So this is kind of the move that you're aiming for, which is either technical attack or attack. Obviously, we're going to substat into HP if we have to, but if you don't know, some memories automatically do come with HP. Just make sure that they stay updated. So let's... oh, that freaked me out for a second. I thought I almost lost my iron cards. But freaking... okay. Yeah, so just keep that into mind, take that into consideration, and if you guys did enjoy the build, I hope you guys did. Just don't forget to, like, for instance, like for resolute characters, normally we dip into like resolute attack, resolute defense, but in this case, there's no need to, because that character, specifically Silverfang, is not based off of any type of neg crit build, more based off of just raw DPS. So that's probably the best way we could automatically utilize this brand new, this new technique of building this character using the SR card to get some ridiculous damage numbers, let alone having more survivability hands down. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Take it easy and peace out.